morning. Welcome to another Knowledge Math production. Today we're going to be talking about multiplying and dividing decimals. Okay, so we're going to go back and review how we multiply and divide decimal quantities. All right, so let's get started and let's review our rules. Remember our multiplication facts. Here we go. So when you multiply decimal numbers, you set up the problem like a regular multiplication. Okay. When you get your answer, you add up the total number of digits that are in the decimal place, okay, to the right of the decimal, and then move the decimal in your answer that many places to the left. All right, so let's see how this is done. It's not terribly complicated. Let's say I asked you to do 0.02 times 0.008. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a look. There are 1, 2, 3 places after the decimal. And over here, there's 2 places after the decimal. So I owe 5 places. That's the word O, O-W-E. 5 places to the decimal. So when I'm done, I have to move the decimal 0.5 places. Okay, so we're going to do 8 times 2. That's 16. 1 to carry. 2 times 0 is 0 with 1 more. So that's 16. Now, there's no other multiplications to do, right? Everything else is going to give me a 0. So 16 is my number here, but I need to move that number 5 places to the left. So from here, I got to move that decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the left and fill in with zeros. So my answer is 0.00016. Okay. All right, let's try 20 times 0.8. So 20 times 0.8. So there's 1 decimal place here and none in the top number in the 20. So I owe 1 place to the decimal. Okay, so 0 times 8 is 0. 8 times 2 is 16. And I owe 1 place to the decimal. I'm going to go after the 0 here with my decimal place. Move it over 1 spot. So my answer is 16.0, which is 16. And that's it. You're done. All right, so now let's take a chance at it. 0.3 times 1.02 times 46. Okay, now it's multiplication. I can multiply in any order that I want. I think I'm going to multiply the 46 by the 0.3 first. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Times 0.3. So there's 1 place here. None there. So I owe 1 place to my decimal. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 to carry. 4 times 3 is 12, and 1 more is 13. So I owe 1 place. So that number is 13.8. So now I got to do 13.8 times 1.02. So there's 1 decimal place there, and there's 2 places there. So I'm going to owe 3 places in total to the decimal when I'm done. All right, so now I'm going to do regular multiplication. 8 times 2, that's 16. 1 to carry. 3 times 2 is 6, and 1 more makes 7. 2 times 1 is 2. Let's cross out this 1. I don't need it anymore. 0 times all 3 of these numbers are 0. So all those get a 0. And then 1 times all these numbers is going to be 8, 3, and 1. All right, let's add them up. 6, 7, 10. 1 to carry. 4, 1. I owe 3 places to the decimal. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 places in. And I have 14.076, or 14 and 76 thousandths. And that's my answer. Okay, so hopefully you were able to get that. I know for some of you, remembering your facts is a little bit complicated. You may not remember them. You have to remember them. You have to be able to do this work without the use of a calculator. Okay, it's important. All right, to divide decimals, okay, if you're dividing a whole number into a decimal, it's actually fairly easy to do that. basically all you do is you just do regular division, and then the decimal point, wherever it appears, it goes in the same spot in the quotient. Okay? Wherever that decimal appears there, all right, it appears in the same spot up there, right above it. Okay, so if you keep everything in line, then it should be easy to figure out where that decimal belongs. Okay, let's try 5 into 5.3. All right, so 5 goes into 5 one time. 5. 5 minus 5 is 0. Bring down to 3. Okay, now I'm going to put up my decimal there. 5 does not go into 3. 0 times. 3. Bring down the 0. 5 goes into 30. 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. No remainder. 1.06. 1 600ths. That's my answer. If you wanted to check it, 1.06 times 5 should give me 5.3. If it doesn't, you either multiplied wrong or you divided wrong. One or the other. All right, let's try 6 into 2.388. So 6 does not go into 2. So bring down the 2. Bring down the 3. Put my decimal point up there. Line it up. 6 goes into 23 3 times. It's 18. 5. Bring down the 8. 6 goes into 58 9 times. 4. Bring down the 8. 6 goes into 48 8 times. 0.398. That's my answer. Okay, that's how you divide decimals by a whole number. It's actually fairly easy to do as long as you have some decently placed handwriting and you kind of keep everything lined up. Okay, let's try 8 into 0.432. These are yours to try. Check your answers. So 8 does not go into 0. So 0. Put my decimal point up. Bring down the 4. 8 does not go into 4 either. So far pretty boring. Bring down the 3. 8 goes into 43 5 times. 8 times 5 is 40. Bring down the 3. Bring down the 2. 8 goes into 32 4 times. 8 times 4 is 32. We'll have no remainder. So this is 0.054, 54 thousandths. And then we're going to try 4 into 13.6. So 4 goes into 13 twice. No, it goes in 3 times. 3 times. 12. 1. Put the decimal up. Bring down the 6. 4 goes into 16 4. 3.4. And that's my answer. Again, you want to check it. 3.4 times 4 should be 13.6. All right, now if you want to divide a decimal with another decimal, it's a little bit more complicated. Basically, all you're going to do, okay, all these 3 things mean the same thing, right? You've known that before. Yeah, we've done that many times. All right. So let's say you wanted to divide 2.1 into 46.58. Okay. We tend not to divide a decimal number into another number. So what we do is we want to remove the decimal from out here in the divisor. So to do that, we would need to move this decimal one place over and make it a 21. And that's okay as long as you move the decimal in the dividend one place over and do 21 into 465.8. So instead of doing 2.1 into 46.58, we're going to do 21 into 465.8. We're literally moving the decimal over one spot here, and then we're doing it over there also. Okay? All right, so let's try a couple of those. Let's try 0.3 into 0.69. So I'm going to move the decimal place over one spot. And then I'm going to move that decimal place over one spot. So my problem is going to become 3 into 6.9. So now I'm going to do the same thing that I did earlier. 3 goes into 6 twice. No remainder. Bring down the 9. 3 goes into 9. Put the decimal up. 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. No remainder. 2.3. That's my answer. 0.82 into 16.4. I'm going to move the decimal 2 places here. I'm I'm going to move the decimal 2 places there. Now, I don't have any number here, so I'm going to fill it in with a 0. So this is going to become 82 into 1640. 82 does not go into 1. It doesn't go into 6. It does go into 164 2 times, right? 82 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 8 times 2 is 6. It is 164. 164. 0, bring down the 0. 82 goes into 0. 0 times, no remainder. The answer is 20. And then 0.0002 into 4. I'm going to move this decimal 1, 2, 3 places to the right. So I'm going to have to move this decimal after the 4, 1, 2, 3 places to the right. So I'll fill in with zeros, 1, 2, 3 of them. I'm asking you to do 2 into 4,000. 2 goes into 4 twice. No remainder, bring down the 0, 2 into 0, 0. Bring down another 0, 2 into 0, 0. Bring down another 0, 2 into 0, 0. The answer is 2,000. And that's my answer there. Okay? So not terribly difficult, hopefully. Again, the facts are the hardest part, remembering how to multiply and all your multiplication that you have to do. And finally, we have this word problem here, a little practice. Benjamin bought 12 goldfish. Each goldfish cost 98 cents. How much did Benjamin spend? Okay, so we can use a nice variation of our estimation here, and I'm not even going to multiply these numbers, right? That's how I would get it. I'd do 0.98 times 12. Okay, that would give me but why? There's 4 choices. Look at those 4 choices. If I spend just under $1 and multiply it by 12, there's no way I can get a number that's over $12, right? I'm not even spending $1 on 12 of these. So that's over $12. That's not right. That's not right. Okay? And now think about it. If I were to take 0.98 and let's say round it to 1, well, that would be $12 total. So it's just over, $12 will be just over the right answer, right? Because each one is 98 cents. It's 2 cents under that. Which one's the closest to $12 without going B? That's the answer, 1176. And if you can multiply 0.98 by 12, you're going to get 1176. But you don't have to, because that's the easiest way to come up with it, and it's multiple choice. And that's it. And as always, thanks for clicking.